So let me get my notes here. All right. So if you're new here or new to the server meetings, every month, myself and the admin team, we keep notes on things that we want to discuss at the server meeting, new stuff we're working on, stuff we've been doing, shit hitting the fan, force wipe, just all that kind of stuff. We go over those things real quick, and then we pass the floor to the players if you have questions or comments or concerns, or you want to just bitch. That's the Q&A at the end. And after the Q&A is done, we pass out prizes in game, and usually we show off the next map coming up just for those that are interested and want to watch that in the stream. So that's not mandatory, though, if you don't want to be there for that. Anyway, so hopefully tonight will be a quick one. I don't see, there's not too many notes. And some of them are just me showing you some stuff that's coming down the pipeline soon. So it shouldn't be too bad. As long as you guys keep the Q&A short, it shouldn't be too bad. And holy shit, this is the lowest meeting turnout I think I've seen in months. So I'll be real quick. Juice, this first one's yours. You want me to do it, or you want it? Oh, my microphone was like way across my desk. I'm sorry. Let me put my microphone down. Is that better?
Oh, it's in your throat now. That's
you
better.
can do it.
Yeah, I just rectally inserted it. All right, I'll do it. Sorry, my head is not quite there. It's been a real rough weekend for me. All right. If you're going to build a bridge to your boat, keep it as short as possible and do not go coast to coast blocking waterways or water paths for others. So yeah, we've been nuking boats and stuff, or not boats, but bridges and stuff like that. And some of these docks, man, I don't know what y'all trying to build a fucking wharf or what y'all doing, but man, this boat stuff is killing us. There's just stuff everywhere. So please keep your little docks to a minimum and don't bridge across to an island or some crap like that, because all you're doing is you're blocking it so that other people's boats can't get through. So, and we've never allowed bridges ever in our history. We used to kind of turn a blind eye if the bridge at least was up high enough that people could get under it with a rowboat. But now that they have these big player boats, no bridges. All you're doing is blocking waterways. So do not do that. Next note. This shit has got to stop. Let me show you the screenshot that's in that note. For those who don't know, by the way, there is a chat channel attached to this voice channel. If you click the little chat bubble on the right-hand side where it says server meeting channel, there's a little chat bubble. That's where I'm posting the screenshot that I'm talking about. There's the screenshot. I'll open it up big for those who are watching in the stream. So read the numbers on that. That's one person's base. I deleted 42 lamps, 41 ceiling lights, and 96 chandeliers in one base. Yes, you heard that right. That would be what? 83 plus that. That's 179 fucking lights in one base. I can't figure out why the server stalls. Well, I can. Shit like that. So, anyway. Little brag moment though. Those messages you see is because I wrote a plugin that I can just look at anything in the game and type deploy delete, and it looks for every single instance of that type of deployable on the entire server from that same player and deletes them all. So it's kind of cool. Nice and easy. And it does it in batches too, so it doesn't lag. But yeah. So almost 180 lights in one base. Please stop with the bullshit. So moving on. Oh, this is going to be a funny ass statement to read after what just happened on Legacy. So next note, stalls. Your backpacks are a lifesaver. I highly suggest you use. I can't even get it out. I highly suggest you use them more often because Facepunch is just going to keep cramming more and more bullshit into this game to get that DLC money, which means more stalls are going to happen, and they're going to happen more frequently. So 99.999% of that statement is completely accurate. Facepunch is turning this game into Sims had a bastard child with Minecraft creative mode. That's what this game is turning into. And the more shit they cram into it, you gotta remember, this game is made for PvP, meaning all that shit you build and all that extra stupid shit you put in your base, it's gonna be destroyed by the next day anyway, because again, this game is made for PvP. Let's face it, you go into a PvP server, nobody's got 700 head trophies in their base because their base is probably gonna get destroyed before they get enough to do that. That's where the curse of being a PvE server comes in, because you guys just keep deploying shit and deploying shit and deploying shit, and there's nothing anybody can do about it. It just stays. So the stalls are going to just get worse and worse. I'm going to tell you that right now. The more people keep deploying bullshit, I don't care if you got 30K hours in Rust. This is truth. The more people deploy stupid shit, especially things that have logic like electricity, plumbing, industrial, the more people deploy that shit, the more the servers are going to stall. Period. No matter how many hours you got in Rust, that's truth. The backpack statement, let me just fork off real quick. In 7 years, at our lowest point, we averaged 4,000 to 5,000 players a month. At our highest point, we were averaging 10,000 to 12,000 players a month. And in 7 years, that's a lot of fucking players and a lot of backpack files. In 7 years, I've never in my entire life seen a single backpack ever get wiped from like, an error or a glitch or something like that. Until today. This was actually Windows. This was not even Rust. This was Windows. Windows has some kind of failure to write to file. I mean, it could have been Rust that, the Rust dedicated.exe could have had some kind of glitch that Windows didn't like. I don't fucking know, honestly. But yeah, they today on Legacy, something happened where it was just spamming. I put the error in general chat where it was spamming some kind of file write error, like the main thread was stalling because Windows wasn't letting Rust dedicated.exe write to a file or some shit. I don't know. Remember, I'm just a retired cop. I don't know shit about this kind of stuff. All I know is that's what happened. Whoever was online on Legacy at the time and was using their backpack at the time, which was not many people, probably 3 or 4 of you total, their backpacks wiped because the file could not write. Windows just would not write the file, which means it got corrupted. And when Backpack's plugin detects a corrupted file, it just makes a new one. So again, 7 years, 5,000 to 12,000 players a month for 7 years. I've never seen that happen. It happened today on Legacy. Luckily, it happened 3 days before a force wipe. I know the people that it happened to were pissed, and that doesn't help. But it is what it is. There's nothing we can do about it, man. It's just the bullshit we deal with. So anyway, for the most part, your backpacks are always safe. I really highly recommend everybody just keep shit in your backpacks at all times, especially important stuff. You've got the whole backpack fetch command, which we have tutorials on, where you can literally hotkey. I gave a tutorial on this in the last meeting, actually, where you can hotkey anything. You can keep all your meds, all your C4, all your rockets. You can keep all that shit in your backpack and just press a hotkey and poof. And you can even tell it how many you want at a time. You want to get 1 at a time? You want to get 3 at a time? Whatever. And you can just press a hotkey for each different item, and it'll pop it into your inventory for use right out of your backpack. Always safe. Backpacks are much safer than your regular inventory. And then, of course, you got the gather all feature with your backpack. If you're like VIP or higher, just everything you get goes right into your backpack. Nice and safe. So use your backpacks, please. I know that's very weird saying that after what just happened on Legacy, but it still stands true. Use your backpacks. They're far more safe than your inventory. Moving on. All right, that one's a showcase. That one's an explanation. No, all right, so I'm going to rearrange the order of these a little bit. Personal vehicles in the deep sea will no longer be a thing come Force Wipe. Facepunch already coded the game to not allow you to take a vehicle into the deep sea except for your player-built boat. There's a reason for that. There's a lot more loot and a lot more nodes out there, and the player-made boats are not exactly the speediest vehicle in the world, and that's the way it's meant to be. So much so that Facepunch is also patching ribs to not be able to go out there anymore. That was never meant to be allowed either, and they messed up, and they're going to fix that this Force Wipe, where ribs can't go out there anymore either. Only player-made boats are supposed to be able to go out there. Vanilla. That's vanilla. Only player-made boats. So I recoded the personal vehicle plugin to where you cannot spawn or recall any personal vehicles in the deep sea. Luckily, Facepunch was smart enough to include a function, is player in deep sea. So that was pretty easy to code. A side note, though, I was just actually talking with the admin team. Now that I'm getting decent at coding stuff, and I was looking in that plugin doing that fix, I thought to myself, you know what? I'm smart enough now that I could probably code something to where I can allow modular cars to be used with the personal vehicle plugin again and stop people from exploit. The reason they were taken away is because people were exploiting the shit out of them. But now that I can code, I'm pretty confident I can code out the exploits to allow personal vehicles to be used or allow, campers and modular cars and shit to be used again with personal vehicle licenses. So that should be coming soon. I'm pretty confident I can do that. So the good news is that'll be coming. So anyway, yeah, personal vehicles will not be in the deep sea anymore to keep it fair for everybody else. Moving on to the next thing. Dungeons rework. I'm just going to go read the upcoming update log. There are, you know what? Hold on. I'm going to turn off the in-game spam right now while I remember. Battlemetrics is loading slow. I'll do it in a minute. All right, I'm just going to read this update log. So bear with me. I know I read in a very monotone, boring voice, but I'm really tired. Here's the update log that'll be posted for this plugin. This is for Dungeons, by the way, the Dungeons overhaul. And by the way, no bitching when this happens, or I'll just uninstall the plugin, honestly. This is basically a new plugin now, completely recoded so much of it. Also left original functionality intact and use a config setting to tell it to switch to my logic or use the original logic, or I can even set it to either or. The first thing is native loot option per tier. Each tier can now use native loot, so the plugin doesn't have to load or use that tier's JSON loot tables anymore. It saves the file at file read at load, or it saves a file read at load, and also avoids parsing those big loot files. The original plugin had 3 loot table files per tier, and there's 6 tiers, by the way, each containing about 1,500 lines of code, and each having to be stored in RAM for the life of the server, and an insane performance hit having to sift through all of those when spawning loot. So basically, yeah, the plugin was loading 6 tiers, 3 files per tier, 1,500 lines per file. So that's like 75,000 lines of code just for the loot tables to be custom loot in the dungeons. And then it was having to store that in RAM. And every time you looted anything, a corpse, a crate, anything, it was having to sift through all 75,000 lines and try to figure out which one it wanted to randomly pick for you next. The fact that this plugin was even allowed to be sold is insane to me, some of the shit I've seen in this plugin. So that's not going to happen anymore, because now when native loot is on, loot boxes are real Rust crates. The little brown ones, the big brown ones, military crates, elite crates, Bradley crates, whatever, instead of just wooden boxes filled from a JSON file. I can configure any number of crates per tier, and it randomizes which one it spawns, so the dungeons are never the same and they're not always just all the same crate. NPC and boss loot can now use native Rust NPC loot types, such as scientist, heavy scientist, whatever, or I can even have the NPCs use a crate loot as their loot type. I can define a list per tier and it randomizes. I can even do a combination of both. I can say heavy scientist loot and elite crate loot, and it'll just randomly pick which one it wants to use and put that in the corpse. All of this is my own code. I custom coded all of this. Custom loot injection also lets me add specific items, short name, skin, custom name, whatever, into the native crates and into the bosses and into the NPCs. So I can add things like scrolls, enchantment kits, heli signals, whatever. I can add custom items to the native loot, basically. If a tier uses native loot, we skip creating and ensuring that tier's loot file. So if every tier is using native loot, we do not load any of those bloated loot tables. So obviously I'm going to be using the native loot on every tier, so we don't have to load those big bloated loot tables. When spawning boxes are filling the corpse loot, the native path uses the game's own loot logic and own native processing, plus our custom injection. So we don't loop over a huge JSON of loot. We just tell Rust, spawn this type of crate, and Rust actually handles the rest. It handles populating the loot and all that kind of stuff, because that's just native to the game. That's why we're doing it this way. Much more performant and safer. Another thing is the dungeon completion and cleanup. Completion used to only care about the wooden boxes being destroyed. Now the native crates are counted when a player opens them the first time they loot it. So you don't have to destroy them. You don't even have to empty them or clear them out, by the way. So those of you who go through and dump loot on the ground, you don't have to do that. Literally just opening the crate gives you credit for looting that crate in the dungeon, because you have to loot all the crates to complete the dungeon. So just want to put that warning out there now. You guys don't have to go through and swipe all the loot out of the crate. As long as you open it, it's counted. Each dungeon now gets a unique marker ID number. So that when the crates spawn and stuff, it knows which crates belong to which dungeon. So there's no cross credit being given to someone else running a different dungeon. I'm paraphrasing some of this because some of this stuff is not really that important for the meeting. It's just things I changed. In hot hooks, like on entity death and stuff like that, we do an early exit now using that ID number that I'm assigning to the crates and all that kind of stuff. So we don't do expensive lookups for every entity on the server. Basically, the plugin was every time you open a crate, it was doing all these crazy lookups like, hey, who's this player? Is he in a dungeon? What dungeon is he in? What part of the dungeon is? It's doing all these lookups just for looting a crate. Well, guess what? It was doing that on the on-entity loot hook, which means everyone on the entire server, every time they looted anything, a zombie, a fucking crate, anything on the whole server, it was doing all those expensive lookups in this dungeon plugin, even though you weren't even in a damn dungeon in the first place. That's huge for performance. So I coded all that shit out of there too. Now it knows ahead of time, just based off those unique ID numbers. The very first line of code is, if the ID number is not this, fuck off. So no more processing a bunch of shit for stuff that has nothing to do with dungeons. Also, the native crates are also tracked when the dungeon is removed, so they get cleaned up with the rest of the entities, blah, blah, blah. The by dungeon UI change, by the way, I'll show you guys all this in my stream here in just a moment. So for those who don't have my stream open, go ahead and open it because you'll get to see what I'm talking about here. The by dungeon UI has been changed. I shrunk the panel width by 50%, shrunk the height by 50%, so it's not so huge and bloated looking. I can't complain. I'm the one who made it. There actually wasn't even a UI in that plugin. The font sizes and the button height were kept readable so it doesn't get squished. I added a little title bar at the top, dungeon purchase. Now the locked tiers, the ones that are time gated, like, Insanes or whatever on the day of wipe, now they're going to show up still, but they'll be grayed out. The button will be grayed. That way you at least know that they're there. They're just not available yet. And if you click on one of the grayed out ones, I also made it so it sends a chat message to you, letting you know how long until that tier unlocks. So it won't just be like a guessing game. You can click it and it'll say in chat like, oh, this will open up in 7 hours, 2 minutes, or whatever. Also added some formatting to the prices on the buttons, commas and stuff, so it looks neater. I'm anal with that kind of stuff. And then config compatibility. I don't even think this is relevant or pertinent to you guys in the meeting. Yeah, that's not pertinent. Oh, and also, yeah, that's not pertinent either. Okay, that's just behind the scenes type stuff. So, yeah, like I said, in just a minute, I'll switch over to the stream and show you guys. I have other things to show you too, so I'll show you everything at once. So that's the update log for the dungeon plugin. It's like a whole rewrite, a lot of new stuff. Let me get back to my regular meeting notes here because now I'm lost. There they are. Hey, look, we only got one more note to go over. So the next note is legendary crafting progress. Actually, I need to switch to my stream for this one so I can show you where I'm at. I just wanted you to know I'm still working. I know.
Hey, Trigger, can you post the link to
I don't know if you stopped talking, but you...
Oh, that's because I tabbed to Russ. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you now. Okay. Yeah, I'll get that for you there, Nint.
Thanks, bud.
Smart ass.
Hold on, I'm just getting Russ going here on there. That work? Okay. You guys can see Russ now, right?
Later, Apache.
Yep. It's dark, but yep.
Yeah, it is pretty dark. You guys can hear me too, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
I mean, what?
Huh? Okay, so, oh God, I'm naked. All right, so I have a legendary there. Give myself some normal items here. Okay. And then give myself a couple more legendaries. Don't get jealous. Gave myself a bunch of legendaries. I can't fully show you everything because that would require me like doing a server wipe and all that kind of crap just to prove to you that it works, but just trust me, it works. So there, I got some legendaries, as you can see, all kinds of different legendaries now. So one cool thing, I don't know if you guys a lot of you have seen the the vault and all that stuff. Now, I guess a lot of players haven't ever even had a legendary, so they don't know about this. But like, you can bind the command vault to your hotkeys or something, or you can just type it. But there's your vault right there. In the vault, you can store legendaries in. If you die, they're still in the vault. It's also where they're going to be. Like when the server wipes, they can get stored in there. The way it is right now, though, if a server wipes, all your legendaries come back to you. As soon as you log back in, they're there in your inventory, they're there in your vault, whatever. But that's what your vault is for right there. That's where you can put your little legendaries and stuff. Legendaries can be thrown on the ground now and deleted. Oh shit, I'm in the air. So just be, for those of you who haven't had a legendary yet, they didn't used to work that way a long time ago, but they do now. So you can technically just throw them and they're gone. Another player cannot pick them up. Nice try. Don't get too excited. But that's how you can get rid of them. Or if you find a way another player can pick them up, you need to let me know, because that would be an exploit. Legendaries bind to you. They cannot be traded. They cannot be recycled. They cannot be gotten rid of, any of that kind of stuff. But the thing I'm working on right now for legendary crafting is a way for you guys to... Why did Ninja said Discord just shit? You guys can still hear me, right?
No. That was
Okay.
just something else.
All right, so
He's
just
just
said-
talking shit.
I just said that you can't recycle them and all that kind of good stuff, but that's what I'm working on right now, is the ability to recycle them, because now we have legendary crafting. Oh, by the way, there's one other little fix I did. Since you can't put legendaries in anything but your vault, you can't put them in a repair bench either. So what I did now is they repair when you put them in your vault, and then you go take them out later, they'll be repaired back to full health. So you don't have to actually repair them. And no, you cannot give them to anyone else for any reason. That's why I just said, if you find a way to give them to somebody, you need to report it to me as an exploit, because I need to fix it. So that would be kind of dumb of me to purposely let you trade it to somebody. You cannot trade legendaries to any other people. So now we have what's called legendary crafting. This is legendary crafting. This is what I've been working on. This is all my creation, so don't laugh at me if it looks stupid, but I'm trying. These are all the legendary recipes right now. As we make more legendaries, they'll appear here automatically, because I coded this to just automatically read from the legendaries config. Sure would love for you guys to put in some suggestions for new legendaries, by the way. We could literally have 500 different legendaries and it wouldn't hurt a thing. So start putting in some suggestions. But anyway, so as you can see, they're all grayed out right now.
That Trigger Jackie looks cool.
Yeah. They're all grayed out right now because I don't have anything on me to build them with, right? You can click them to see what they take to build, what they take to craft. So like you see how that wood is white right now. It's because I'm racist. No, I'm just kidding. It's white because I actually have that wood in my inventory right now. If it's red, that means you don't have it in your inventory right now. One of the reasons it's taking me so long is I'm really trying to make this look cool and just be realistic and cool. Like you see right there, the diamond pickhead. Like I'm making all these custom items. These are literally just custom things that don't exist in Rust. And I'm having to make every single one of them for every single legendary. So it's a pain in the ass. You see the blue infinity stones. It kind of goes with the theme of the whole diamond stuff here. Arcane leather, arcane cloth, and more custom items. Sometimes they take normal items, a jacket, sewing kits, whatever. But anyway, this little window is kind of cool. Shows you the perks on the legendary that you're going to craft. Shows you what you need to craft. Obviously, if you had the right stuff, you could hit confirm, and it would craft it, and it would be in your inventory, and it would be bound to you permanently. Now, the cool thing I'm working on, you're probably thinking, well, how the hell do we get that stuff? So some of the stuff's going to drop, zombies, high tier raid bases, maybe some high tier dungeon stuff. There'll be there were going to be a shit ton of quests to get all these things, but that whole entire project got thrown in the trash. So that's not going to be happening. You're not going to be able to get these from quests anymore. But we're going to. But there is another way you can get them, which will be right here. Don't worry about these commands, by the way. When I first make commands, I just make something up real quick just so I can test things. So this isn't how it's going to happen in the future, just for testing. So here's the recycle screen. Again, I'm going to have a different command for it when it's live. But when this opens up, it just looks at your inventory and finds all the legendaries that you have. If you click one of them, you can recycle it. It does warn you this will destroy the item permanently. So before I do that, another thing that's going to be on this list, any enchanted item Matter of fact, let me give myself one. Hold I forgot how to give it enchanted item. Come on, Gibbs. But I know I'm taking forever. I
I
should have
really
this
wish,
right.
I really wish the Jeopardy theme was playing.
Yeah, Jeopardy. It's pretty bad when I forget how to give myself a damn enchanted. All right, there's an enchanted kit. Let me give myself some.
You wondered why I fall asleep.
Oh, you're funny.
That
All right.
comes with age, there, Juice.
So now I got some enchanted items and all that kind of stuff, right? So now you see I can scroll down and look, you see the different things. It has orange legendary, has gray kit, it has blue for enchanted items. So you're going to be able to recycle enchanted items. You're going to be able to recycle enchantment kits that you don't want. And you're going to be able to recycle legendary. So this is huge. This is why it's taking so long. This is really hard to code, but this is going to be huge because now if you get enchanted things that you think are bullshit, you can just like an enchanted candle. Fucking if you
Oh, wow.
you get an enchanted candle hat and a wolf headdress, an enchanted Twitch rivals flag. You can, Jesus Christ. Now you can at least get something out of those things. You can recycle those and get legendary components and legendary stuff to help craft a legendary. Obviously, I'm color coding these to show you how important they are. If you recycle an enchantment kit, you're pretty much going to just get some bullshit like some arcane scrap. If you recycle an enchanted item, it actually I'm actually going so far as to code. This is really in depth. I forgot who I sent this to the other day, an explanation to this, but this is real in depth. I'm literally with the enchanting kits, with the enchanted items, and with the legendary. I'm not just hard coding it where it's like, oh, it's a legendary, let's give them this. Oh, it's a kit, give them that. I'm hard coding it to where it actually has an algorithm that has different weight that it applies to different things. And there's two different ways it applies weight. First, it applies weight based on what it is. If it's a kit, obviously it's the lowest weight. If it's just an enchanted item, it's a mid-range weight. And if it's a legendary, it's the heaviest weight. And then that's one side of the algorithm. And there's a whole other side to it. Then on the other side of it, it's what is on it. For instance, if you recycle an enchanting kit that has vampiric versus an enchanted Twitch Rivals flag that has line strength on it, believe it or not, even though the enchanting kit technically usually would give you a worse quality return, because the plugin is going to be smart enough to know what enchantments are better than others, and it's going to take that into account. So your enchanting kit with vampiric is actually going to get you a better return than an enchanted Twitch Rivals flag with line strength on it that nobody gives a fuck about. So I'm even coding it to be smart, to where it kind of ups or increases or lowers your dice roll based on what you're doing. It also includes the number of enchantments. So if you have a chest piece with 3 enchantments on it versus a pair of leggings that, or a pair of pants that has 1 enchantment on it, the chest piece is going to get you a fuck ton more components, or better components, more rare components. But at the same time, it still takes into what they are. If you have a chest piece with 3 enchantments on it, but all 3 of them are, line strength or something like that, versus a pair of pants that may only have 2 enchantments on it, but they're like uncanny dodge and fucking something else. Believe it or not, the pair of pants with 2 enchantments will get you better results than the chest piece with the 3 enchantments because it had. So that's how detailed I'm getting when I code this plugin. Like, I'm really trying to make it smart so you guys really get good shit. I think it's going to be a great system, and it's working out pretty good so far. But that's why I know I just went down a rabbit hole, but that's why they're color coded like this too, to let you know gray is kind of the lowest tier, blue is mid, and orange is high. And just remember, what's on them definitely helps and counts. So when you click something, like I can recycle this helm, again, it reminds you this will be destroyed permanently. I click recycle. It shows me what I got, component received, chest harness, and it's gone. Recycle enchanting. Got a harvester's handle. Recycle the wolf headdress. Diamond pickhead. So as you can see, I have those components now in my inventory. There, oh, that's my Twitch Rivals thing, but there you go. There's one of those things. Here's the chest harness up here. For anybody that's been around Rust long enough knows there's no such thing as custom items in Rust. That's just not how the game works. You can't add items that don't exist. All these things really are other items with the skin that makes it look like something. So like a chest harness is actually just a skin sewing kit. No, you can't exploit and use a regular sewing kit. I was smart enough to code that in there. Like if I threw this on the ground, it's gone. That's what I do with the crafting stuff now. If you throw the crafting ingredients on the ground, they just disappear. They're gone. That's because we do not allow them to be traded. They are bound to the player. That's just the way it's going to be. You can't put them in your vault. You can't put them anywhere. But you can put them in your backpack. So I didn't want you to be stuck with a bunch of fucking shit in your inventory. So you can store them in your backpack. You can store them in your inventory. That's it. That's for the components, by the way. You can see I already have other components in here from when I was testing things and doing other stuff. So you can take them in and out of your backpack. If you throw them on the ground, they go away. So then when you go back into your craft, I still don't have enough stuff to build anything with. But like that chest harness, if I didn't throw it on the fucking ground. But you can see right now I have the diamond pickhead in my inventory, so now it's white, meaning I can almost craft that. The arcane scrap is going to be the most common legendary component. That's probably the one you're going to see, like, you know, well, you were going to see it in Quest, but that's gone now. But the, you know, zombies and raid bases and shit like that. That'll be the arcane scrap. It'll be more common to get. So that's what I've done so far with legendary crafting. It's coming. It's coming. It's a work in progress. It's not easy, but it is coming. If you have any questions or comments about any of the stuff I've shown, I have not been reading Discord this entire time. So just save them for the Q&A because we are about to start that right now. Let me switch this back to Discord. Trigger, are you going to be our hand-raising dude once we get to the Q&A?
I think we can get her. All right, so in a minute I'm going to activate it where you can raise your hand. Oh, T's not done talking, as usual.
We got to pass it to the admins first.
Oh,
we're trying to skip the admins. Like, he just don't care. Fuck these guys.
But we don't.
Why is my stream not stretched?
Hockey's on, what can I say?
Oh, God, here we go. Well, oh, wait. Silver medal hockey is on? And Trigger's gone. Okay.
Oh.
It's an inside joke. Trigger's Canadian. I'm American. Yeah, you guys know the rest. All right, so passing it to
he doesn't follow hockey except the Olympics.
Passing it to the why is my stream acting stupid right now with Discord? Passing it to the admins. Does any admin got something you want to bring up while I try to figure out how to work Streamlabs? Nothing.
Lead stuff? Yeah, sure, I got some.
Yeah.
No, we've gotten a lot of new players on the server, and we appreciate the way you guys have been acting towards them, making them feel very welcome. I know we preach on this. We try and greet them as soon as they come in or very shortly thereafter, because we do have a lot going on the server and we don't want them to die once and get fed up and leave. But when we see, we go to greet them and we see they're already being greeted by, you know, longtime players or even fairly new players, it just makes us feel really good. And we appreciate everybody that's been stepping up and helping the new players out when they need it.
Yeah. Anybody else got anything you want to bring up to the players before we pass it to them? Anybody going once? Is anybody even here?
Nope. Nothing.
No, you're not here? Okay.
Wait, is Nint still on the phone?
No.
I hope Rocket Rebel stubs a toe.
All right, well, I was expecting Nint to do this, but so I'll do it. We are taking staff applications. This is officially the lowest staffed we've ever been in our entire 7-year history. We used to run anywhere between 12 to 18, almost 20 at one point, admins. Right now, what you see in the channel is actually more than I've probably seen in a month. And we're not even all here. I'm like, we are so low staffed, it's ridiculous. It's just killing us. I mean, yeah, this is the lowest staff we've ever been. It's absolutely killing us. It's burning some of us out really badly. And then the worst part is all the apps we're getting we used to roll. God, we were just talking about this in our staff meeting. We used to get like 12 apps a month and just be able to, you know, pick and choose the best. And then like lately, we get a couple per month still, but like every app we get, seems to be like, I mean, we had one the other day, like, guy Antique was all talking this dude up and seemed like a cool dude, applied, has played on our server like 4 days and literally has not been back on our server since. Has been like on 7 other servers and has not been back since. And it's like, no, I can take you as an admin. You literally played here for like 4 days and then never came back. So that's all we get now. We get applications like that where they come, they join our server, they've been here for like a day, and then they're like, "Oh, I want to be an admin." Like, no, that's not how this works. And then, or they're like 12. No, that's not gonna work either. So,
Pretty much.
so yeah, the good news is though, like our job has gotten a lot more simple over the years than it used to be. Between being able to code stuff now to make our job easier. Relaxing on a lot of the rules and stuff that we've had in the past. And then not only that, but just there's not as many people to deal with anymore like there used to be. All the new games that come out and FacePunch is just absolutely destroying Rust. So people losing interest in Rust and blah, blah, blah. It's definitely not as hard as it used to be. But this is, we definitely looking for some help. Again, if you only got a couple days on our server or, 100 hours in Rust, it ain't gonna happen. So save yourself the time, like just whatever. And if you're like
You're pre-pubescent.
yeah, if you're under the age of like 30, save yourself the time because I'm age racist. I'm old and I can't stand like teenagers. No offense, I have one, so don't take offense. I've even got one of my own. But yeah, I just don't have the patience to try to corral teenagers at this point. So anyway. That's all I got on that.
Yeah. Now, if you do apply, we do start a file, a quote unquote file, where we kind of look back on you. We let you know that, yeah, we got your application. We appreciate the application. And then we kind of take a look at you. We may watch you play a bit. We may not reach out for a few days. Don't take it personally. It has to be a right fit for everybody. Again, we want to make sure that just because you put in an app, you're not going to, take off for another server, because that happens
every time.
Dozen times out of the last 14 applications. Like, it's crazy. I don't understand why people put it in the app if they're not going to stick around. But so just give us time. If you do put in an app or decide to put in an app, we do have some rules that admins have to follow. So that is another thing, but we go over that before anything becomes official.
Maybe we should run down a quick of that in the meeting. That way people don't even waste the time.
It's in the support. We can do that. Yeah,
I mean, like a quick, like the TLDR of it.
I mean, there's do's and don'ts.
Like let's do that. Let's give the TLDR of what, like when we do our first interview with an admin, an applicant, the first thing we do is say, okay, we're going to try to convince you not to be an admin now, and we tell you all the things you can't do as an admin, and then we say, are you still interested? Why don't we just TLDR that shit real quick right now and save people the trouble of applying?
100%.
Okay, you want me to do it or you want to do it? I don't care.
Okay. Well, TLDR, you're not allowed to base with other players unless you're an admin. The next one is we don't get credit for raids. Like, we don't get points for raids, stuff like that. You're not allowed to take part in PvP. You're not allowed to take custom build spot for the first 48 hours. A lot of the stuff is because we have knowledge of back end stuff. So you're added to the ZL clan. You have to be in the ZL clan. You're not allowed to PvP. If you're on a PvP server and they're in PvP, you have to be on a Discord where we can see you. Yeah, I mean, we don't spawn in stuff for free. Obviously, that's cheating. We don't do that. So if that's what you're looking to do, that's definitely not for you. We can't give stuff away for free. So if you're a helpful player that kits people up when they join, that's not what we do. We can't do that either. So yeah, that's the most things that usually get people is the PvP, not being able to team with other players.
Well, you can team, you just can't base with them. Like we do allow admins to team with people.
Yeah,
like you can team up, go run some content.
Off on yours.
Yeah, they can't be auth on your shit. You can't be auth on their shit. You can't base with them. You can team up, go run some content. You just need to unteam when you're done. You can't just stay permanently in their team with them. Like you got to keep yourself separated because there's just too many opportunities for questionable. Like it seems kind of biased, So we just there's a lot of restrictions on admins. You can have an OnlyFans though, absolutely. So yeah, we get that out of the way too. And then another thing,
we insist on that actually.
Yeah, definitely. Another thing, you have to be a dog lover. If you don't like dogs, don't fucking apply. And the last thing is don't take it personally if you don't get picked or selected. I'm gonna tell you right now, I say this every fucking time. These people are probably tired of hearing it, but like some of my favorite fucking players of all time, would be terrible fucking admins. I would never make an admin. I'll give you an example. Rocket Rebel. Love you, dude. You're one of my favorite people. I wouldn't make you an admin if my life depended on it because I'd probably have no fucking players left by the end of the week. It's just the way it is. Like, some people just don't have the personality that makes a good admin. I don't have a personality that makes a good admin, honestly. I really don't. I have the worst personality to be an admin. I just happen to own the place, so I don't have a fucking choice. Yeah, so just don't take it personally if you're not selected. Like, we got to have calm-tempered, just fucking, basically we have to have not T-birds. Like, that's what we got to have as admins. We have calm people that don't fucking
we do have
an
that
attitude.
rule. It's
I have
T's
an
job
AIM
to
team.
get rid of players. It's our job to keep them.
Exactly. Yep. So don't ever take it personally if we don't take you as an admin. That doesn't mean we don't want you here. I can see in this channel people that have been admins before here and are still here. Like, it doesn't mean we don't want you. It just means that it's not an easy job. It really is. You guys saw yesterday the guy calling my wife the N-word. I mean, like, it's not an easy job. You literally take abuse every fucking day, and it's so exhausting. Everything is always your
That's
fault.
just from the other admins.
Yeah. Everything's your fault no matter what. Face punch breaks things, Windows doesn't work correctly, whatever. Everything's always your fault though. It's never anybody else's fault. It's your fault. So it's not made for everybody, that's for sure. Yeah, if you're an attorney, you're definitely
fuck you, Wagyu.
Fuck Wagyu.
Did you see what he put?
Oh yeah. I know exactly what he's talking about.
I think a lot of people do at this
Yeah,
point.
that was hilarious. God, the shit we've dealt with. Anyway, let's move on. We're dragging this on. This is actually a quick meeting, so let's get to the Q&A. So players,
All right.
Trigger, you can take. I don't remember where the button is.
Yeah, I'm going to open up the Q&A. So if you do have a question, you can raise your hand and get in line. And then we'll try and work through them as quickly as possible, answering any questions that you have. So it is open now. Try and keep it respectful. Whether you want to tell us to go fuck ourselves, we're doing a terrible job, we need to get lives, whatever, or praise us, or just ask a question. And then when you're done, please leave the stage. All right, first up, Bruton.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Oh,
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, how's it going, guys? So, just a couple quick things. I seen your little thing about wanting us to try out the auto loot system that you already have in place there. I just looked into it, and I definitely can see that being a huge use at the base. But is there any way you could tweak it to the point where we could use it in the Wraith abilities? And what I mean by that is it doesn't allow for quantities of items. So, like, if I did it for lockers, I wouldn't be able to say 500 meds or, whatnot.
Nope, that's not part of the plugin, sadly.
Oh, damn. Okay.
But for
well, that's
those who've
still
never
cool. We can
used it,
still use it in the base.
for those who have never used auto loot sorter and don't know we have it, I'm just throwing this in there because we got 40 people in here. Like, you really gotta look at it. The industrial thing for what you guys do with the rate, that's one thing. I get it. I totally get it. So this isn't directed at y'all. But those of you who are out there like, oh, set up like 50,000 industrial things to sort my loot, like, you got to look into auto loot sorter. It looks really confusing at first if you've never used it. I remember the first like month or two we had it. I didn't even touch it because I'm like, this is a stupid ass plugin, but somebody convinced me to install it. Once I learned how to use it though, holy shit. Anytime I play Rust, the first thing I do on day one is just set up my fucking auto loot sorter. I don't do anything else but set that shit up. There's the tutorial I made on how to use it right there in the link. Thank you, Omnom. I literally was just looking for that shit. Good job. Click that link, watch that video. I'm telling you right now, life-changing. I know some people are going to say, oh, but I like to have it auto-craft for me because I'm lazy and I want the game to play for me. No, just play the damn game. Auto loot sorter is good shit. Try it out. I'm telling you, try it out. And sorry to take over your question there.
5 minutes before the server meeting even started, that's when I started messing with it, and I already learned how to use it. So it's extremely easy to use for anyone else who's thinking about it. 5 minutes is all it took me.
Yep.
It's not hard at all.
And I get detail when I set mine up, dude. I get like literally, I set specific things to go to my recycler, specific things to go to my to my research table, to everywhere. And then I literally, just like Rocket Rebel said the other day, you can literally fly by your base in a minicopter and just click a button and all your shit goes right into the boxes it needs to go into. You don't even have to go inside. Like, it's insane.
Yeah, I'm excited to actually try it out in actual gameplay on next wipe. So I'm actually going to jump on that.
Yep.
My other thing was the auto recycler skill in the skill tree.
Yep.
Is there any way for you to make it where it has like a profile for you? Because every server reset or wipe or whatever you want to call it, it keeps on erasing everything you select, and you got to spend like 30 minutes selecting each item again.
Okay, so there's good and bad news. I almost shot you the fuck down too because I'm like, God, I'm so tired of everybody thinking, oh, T can code now. He's got to fix every plugin. But the good news is the reason is resetting your profile is 50-50 on me. And I'm going to explain. So that plugin saves a JSON file for every single person that logs into the server, and it stores your preferences in that JSON file. And it gets very bloated because it stores a preference for every single item in the game, which is like hundreds of items. So hundreds of items times hundreds of thousands, thousands of players is hundreds of thousands of lines of code. And it never wipes them ever. So for month after month after month, there'd be tens and tens of thousands of files being saved for these things. So what I do is every time I wipe the servers, I wipe those files because I don't need those things getting bloated. So that's the part that's 50% on me. 50% that's not on me is the fucking plugin developer should have been smart enough to code something in there to where stale data gets purged. For instance, everything I've coded ever that stores your data, legendary crafting, all this different stuff. I always code, if the player hasn't been seen in X amount of days, purge their file, get rid of it. Even my Welcome Center plugin, when you first log into the server and put you in the Welcome Center, if you haven't been seen in 60 days, guess what? It puts you back there again because it purges your file. So with that said, I can code easily. And the reason I'm saying easily is because I'm getting sick and tired of everybody relying on me to fix other people's plugins, but this is an easy one, so I'm not going to bitch. I can code the ability for that data to get purged after X amount of days or something like that if you haven't logged into the servers in that amount of days. And that will keep those files clean to where I don't have to sit there and just delete them all every time we wipe the server to keep them clean myself, if that makes sense.
Okay.
But
it was more of it does it every single day.
Every day?
Yeah, it does it every day.
I'll have to look into the plugin myself. You know what that tells me? That tells me the plugin developer was so stupid he didn't even save your preferences like he should.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at.
Yeah, they do get saved because those files are there. I see those files. I delete them myself. That means he's not saving them correctly either. So I will look at. I'll look into that. One of you, Johnny or you or somebody, because Johnny's typing about it. One of y'all put that into suggestions so I don't forget. Because as soon as I get off this fucking meeting, I got to go spend time with my wife because she literally wants me to delete Zombieland. So. No, I'm serious. We've been fighting about it. She's really sick of it taking all my time. That's why we need more admin help. So put it in suggestions. I'll take a look at the code tomorrow and see if I can figure something out.
All right, sounds great. Thanks.
Great questions. All right, next one up, Johnny Cake.
Well, hello.
Hello.
What's up?
So we kind of already talked about this, T, about having a...
Hey, I told you to keep it a secret, man.
Whoa, hey.
Sorry.
Listen, Nint's feet picks aren't a secret anymore. Having a PvP replacement on at least premium server.
Tell me the zombie horde thing.
Yeah, just cranking up zombie hordes and seeing if the other servers would like it. If there's more people who want to fight crazy horde or PvP, it's more or less up to them.
Yeah, I'd be interested. Maybe do a poll or something to see what people think because there's not. We only had like 35 people in here. It's the smallest meeting I think we've ever had. Which is why I told you to bring it up at a meeting because then more people would be there. Yeah, that. So what he was proposing or what he was asking is like instead of PvP day, the little premium server doesn't have PvP day. Instead of PvP day, he's asking like on all servers even to like kind of like dynamically like increase zombie horde quantities and he means by a fuck ton. Like like. Not only just quantities, but like their strength. Just make like super fucking crazy zombie hordes just everywhere, but there's no PvP. So instead of players running around teabagging you, zombies are doing it. I don't care. I mean, that's not that hard to code, honestly. And I initially would say no because it would be taxing on the servers, but let's face it, nobody's fucking on the last day anyway, so who cares? The plugins getting heavy on servers are always based on player counts. In other words, the reason the premium server already has more zombie hordes on it, you guys did ask me for that, is because I knew there would never be more than 6 fucking players on it. So I can put the hordes higher because there's not players taking up that overhead. So yeah, I mean, I'm cool with it. I would have to code some stuff, and it wouldn't be I can't do it by Wednesday, but it wouldn't be hard to do, honestly. I guess we make a poll, Johnny, and just see, since there's not that many people here, and see what people think about something like that. But I'm cool with it. I can go ahead and start coding it anyway, because you guys are wanting it on the premium server, and there's only like 6 of you on there, so it's real easy to get those votes. But yeah, I'll look into that. Put it in suggestions though, please, so I don't forget. I know I kind of use that as my to-do list sometimes.
Yeah, I'll drop a couple things in
Cool.
suggestions.
Is that the only one?
me-
What's up?
I just need to quickly interrupt. Kenjiro, I think you clicked invite to speak, and I did dumb shit and clicked on the little button, so you might have to reapply to speak.
Fucking ban.
Thanks, buddy.
All right, anything else, John?
Nope, that was all I had.
All right, appreciate it, dude. Yeah, I'll look into it for sure.
Let's face it, we talk every force wipe about getting rid of PvP to stop the toxicity too. So that's
Yeah, I'm all about it. I can't
a
stand
bad plan,
PvP day,
actually.
honestly. So
all right. Next one up, Shorzy.
Hello.
we talked about it.
What's up?
Well,
So sure.
thank you for everything. I'm sorry that Face Punch has been causing stress on the admin team.
it's
That's
nothing.
yeah. Anyway,
For the last 7 years.
Right, yeah.
So my question was, I just want to know the kind of understanding behind. So legendary components cannot be put in your vault, right? Is there like thought behind that? Is it like a coding issue? Like, because I could see, especially like you were saying, like 500 legendary items. I think that would be awesome, but I can definitely see like the components really starting to clog up your inventory, even with backpack. So I just want to know, like, was not being able to put them in a vault like a decision, or is that like, yeah.
So the vault wasn't meant to be like a storage container. The vault was just, it was done because I didn't like the whole legendary .claim you had to type to get your shit back when you died or after a server wipe. I just wanted a visual place where you could just drag and drop your stuff when you have to get your legendaries back. So the vault was never meant to be a storage place. It was just meant to be like that. And then on top of that, once I got that working and decided I didn't want legendaries going into any boxes, because that's where a lot of the confusion was coming from. Someone puts a legendary in a box and I try to store that to the data file, but then the box gets destroyed and I got to remember to, remove that from the data file. And that's why things were getting duplicated and all this weird shit. There were so many bugs. Every little container and every little thing I allow legendaries to get moved into is more code and more chances for bugs and glitches and duplications and stuff like that. So I was like, you know what? Let's just make one little visual thing. They can pull their legendaries out of it or put them back in it to store them. And that's what that's for. As for the components, A, they'll stack, so that's good. B, I mean, if you're getting that many components to where you have that many and you're not crafting legendaries out of them, you can always get the U-Haul skill in the skill tree, and then you can have 6 backpacks instead of just 1 to store more of them in. But that's, you asked for the reasoning behind it. That was the reasoning. It's just, it was never meant to be a storage place. It was just meant to be a visual way to get your legendaries.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, just wanted to ask.
No problem, man.
Cool. That's it.
All right, cool. Thank you.
Thanks.
Appreciate the question. So we only have one more person in line so far. Do we have enough admins to get around on the servers or the 2 servers? I think Nint's on Legacy.
I'll go to premium.
Yeah, 4. Next speaker and last speaker, unless somebody else puts up their hand, is Kenjiro.
Holy shit, Boop is here. Look at Boop.
You can keep
Oh,
your
and sure, I want to
rockets
kick
in.
you off the stage. If you can just click to get off stage.
Oh, yeah. 1 second.
Get the fuck out of here.
I don't see.
Thanks.
All right. Kind of what Shorzy was talking about. One of the things that. Hey, can you hear me now?
Yeah, we hear you.
Awesome. Okay. One of the things that we talked about a little bit earlier was the idea of having a fetch command from the vault, because I know I had mine all hotkeyed and everything. It was wonderful. And now I'm lazy and I want to click and drag my stuff out of the vault. So is there a chance that soon, trademark, we can have a / command that will pull that stuff out too?
Yeah. Like, are you looking to grab all or one, or how are you looking to do that?
All is probably easier to code. So go
Yes,
with
it
that.
is. That's what I'm asking.
That would be fine. Yeah, just mostly because like I use the backpack.fetch thing in a chained hotkey that pulls everything out that I need for a full kit, including the legendaries that I have and everything there. And that's now broken. And I hate you for it. So
Oh, you poor
there's
baby.
that. Yeah, right. Okay. That's one thing. You said yes. I
Put it in
expect
suggestions
tomorrow.
though, so I don't forget.
Yeah. Okay. And the other thing, raid wipe lockouts. I told you I would bring this up in a server meeting to see what other people thought about it. One thing with Legacy is that after the 4th day of a month, you have access to the Nightmare raids and Insane Dungeons and all of that kind of stuff. However, on 3X, that is it really limits your time and ability to actually do some of those things. And if you're prepped and ready to go, it just becomes a waiting game for everybody to just sit around and wait for the experts or the nightmares to show up. Is there a way we can reduce that at least on 3X, or reduce it entirely? I don't know how Chad, some Legacy folks are and might be ready for it on day one, but I don't know. That's my question.
Yeah, I mean, get rid of it altogether if you want. I don't really give a fuck.
I do mean it. Who talking about? Anyone else?
Unless, I mean,
Disagree?
anybody in the
Like,
chat got a reason not to. I really don't care. Those things were put in there, to basically the reason. So the reason the how many hours since wipe before different raids spawn, it was not implemented to really be a restriction. It was implemented to be a God, my brain is just not working. I need some sleep. I really do. To be a because what it does is if nightmares and experts are not available yet, for example, so raid bases only spawn a certain amount of raids at a time. And if you remember back in the day too, we spawned a hell of a lot more. Now we made them cheaper to buy and made the cooldown to buy them really, really shorter, so that we would just have less of them spawning naturally and more people could just buy them themselves. So you got to remember, everything I'm discussing was implemented back when we used to have 16 public raids on the map at a time. And the way it worked was every tier of raid bases, you can dictate the maximum amount of public spawn ones at a time. And then you have a global maximum amount spawned at one time total. So let's say it was set to 16, which is I think what it used to be back then. And then you'd have, it could be 4 easy, 4 medium, 3 hard, 3 expert, 2 nightmare, whatever the hell the math adds up to. And what it would do though, is it was intelligent enough to know, oh, nightmares aren't allowed to spawn yet. I can take those 2 and apply it to the other tiers so that more of those can spawn and go over their limits until nightmares are allowed to spawn. So the reason this was implemented in the first place was not to restrict people from doing an expert on the second day of the wipe. It was because more people couldn't do an expert in a nightmare on the second day of the wipe. And back then, you weren't buying the raids. You were looking for public ones. So back then, people were fighting over them because hey, it's the first day of wipe. I'm looking for an easy or a medium because that's all I can do. Oh, they're all taken. But there's a bunch of nightmares and experts out there. Nobody can fucking raid. Why are these out there? So that's why that was implemented, because day one of wipe, there were no experts in nightmares or even hards. All those numbers got to get piled into the easy and medium category, so there were more available raids for players. That's why that was originally done. So now, for those who haven't been around that many years, we greatly reduced the number of public spawning raids because we had so many raids just sitting idle when no one raiding them. And raid bases is the heaviest plugin we have. That hits the server harder than any plugin out there. I can tell you when nightmare raids spawn just by watching the console and seeing the server FPS drop. So now that we greatly reduced the number of publicly spawning raids to just a couple, and we greatly reduced the cost to buy a raid so that people just buy their own, I see no fucking need for that.
Wait.
So unless anybody has any kind of objection to it, I'll get rid of that shit. I don't give a fuck. Pardon my language. I'm in a bad mood.
Damn, players are winning today, getting all their shit done. I like it.
The only trade-off is I ban Kenji. I'm just kidding.
It's whatever.
But no, I don't give a fuck. That literally that's an that policy is outdated because of what I just explained. That was done for a different reason that no longer exists. So there you go. Who'd we lose? Must be Mountain Juice. Must be bedtime.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, always 3 o'clock somewhere. All right. So yeah,
All right, was that it?
Can one of the admins put that in my to-do list so I remember to do that though? I'll forget.
Nate, can you put that in there for him?
And do we have people going to the 2 servers?
Yep. Yeah, there's one on each.
Okay.
Next question is Nomad.
Hey, how we doing, guys?
What's up, Nomad?
Hey, this is basically backed off of I wasn't directly in the conversation, but I was told by another player. So I just wanted to inform you if the case is not working, if the coding isn't working right, I just want you to just know about it. The backpacks have not been dropping outside of the bubble whenever you die in raids.
What do you mean?
I've heard from countless raiders that they've had to go back for their backpacks throughout the whole wipe, at least this month. And I personally have done 6 spaces, and 6 times I've died, and every single time it's in the bubble, like inside the base itself.
No, you mean like your inventory or your backpack?
corpse?
Yeah, I was told the corpse pops out to the edge of the bubble.
No, it only
and
pops out if the raid gets locked or you lose the raid. Like if it goes public or it gets locked to somebody else, then it pops out.
Oh, okay. I just misunderstood. That's why I just wanted clarity.
It does. The reason Nivix put that in there, you guys are remembering, Raid Bases is not my plugin, and I will never customize or alter that plugin. That's the only plugin I won't touch. But the reason Nivix added that is because if the raid goes public and you can't go in because you've already done a raid of that tier, you're locked out, or the raid goes public and somebody else locks the raid to themselves because they're raiding it now. We didn't want you to not be able to get to your bag, so it pushes it out of the bubble. But yeah, if the raid's still yours, it's not supposed to push it anywhere. It's supposed to just stay where it's at.
I know it's very rare chance, but and it's not an important part of your list, but is that because it has your indication mark on that item? Because I've had people kill hordes and they've had to wait till someone gets done with their raid base because they were towards the end of it. So I just didn't know if it was only triggered on certain things. So that's why.
No,
I
it's just your bag.
Okay. That's why I just wasn't sure.
Yeah, it doesn't work with NPCs. This is your corpse.
Okay. Another thing is I ran into the invisible hordes were killing me, literally following me around, not just one area. About 5 times this wipe, but
An
I can't
invisible
really
horde.
record that with a ticket, so I wasn't really sure how to go about it.
Are you sure it was an invisible horde? Because I've heard that phrase before, and in 7 years, I've never seen a single invisible NPC in my entire life. And I've definitely heard that kind of report before. And every single time, the NPC was usually inside of a rock or under the terrain. They were never invisible. So are you sure they were invisible or something else?
One was at the base of Heli Tower, so I assumed it was at the base. So then I ran back, and before I was about 100 feet away, and I got hit by a horde kill again from that distance, and that's not even throwing or aggro range. So I wasn't sure what was going on.
Well, their throwing range is like 17 football fields.
Yeah, but I wouldn't have been aggroed that far away as far as I know of.
So the only thing is I literally have never, and to the person that just said in chat, I have seen invisible NPCs. That's kind of a oxymoron. I've never, in all my years of doing this, I've seen plenty of people say that they swear to God there was an invisible NPC, and there's never been one ever. It's been one of 2 things. It's either been inside of something, terrain, rock, whatever, or you've been desynced and that NPC is actually not there, and just your client thinks it's there. So
okay.
If you quote unquote see an invisible something, report it, and we will come in, and I guarantee you I will place an actual money bet on it. I will guarantee you that we will be able to tell you hopefully tell you what's going on, but that we will be able to tell you that there's definitely not an invisible NPC. It's usually either a desync or it's under the terrain or inside of something. But report it so we can at least fix it.
2 tickets, just so you know. One was in a dungeon, one was outside of a dungeon, where they were putting an invisible NPC. I went there. The NPC was 100% visible. They just, for some reason, couldn't see it. We assume it was a desync thing. They continued through the dungeon and were able to come back, and it did load in fine. So I think it was on a them thing.
Okay. And just for curiosity, while I have the mic, if a dungeon finishes without you completing it, and you have a backpack in there, technically, where does that go afterwards?
I don't know.
Is
That's a
it
good
white?
question. It should fall though.
Okay, okay.
You
All right, so
wanna-
everything
Go
would
ahead.
fall.
But you want to know how the original code was? This plugin, I showed the file compare yesterday to this plugin, like because I've replaced probably 80% of the code in this plugin now. The original plugin, when you died or anything, everything just despawned with the dungeon. It was the dumbest shit I ever saw in my life.
Oof.
But I changed that, so it should fall.
Yeah, oof is right.
Yeah, it was pretty
All right.
bad.
Well, I appreciate you spicing up with the dungeons and fine polish and things. Server
Yep.
looks really smooth overall. I agree with
Absolutely,
that.
man. Hope everybody enjoys it.
He likes to polish things. Anyway, we'll move on to our last hand up, and that's Crazy Star.
Hello.
What up, Crazy?
Yo,
I have a question. I was wondering, the last time you did it, I had to walk away from my computer. But do you have a video, or can you show us again on how to do the hotkeys for your backpack?
yeah. Wait, don't we have? Did we make a tutorial for that yet?
If you're in game, you can type in /info, and I believe it's the third tab under plugins. There's a description how to do it there.
Hold on, I'm looking. Also, just to make sure, I am in game on the test server. 1, 2, 3. Trading
And
World.
go type
Uh-huh.
info and go to where?
It's under plugins, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down. That's under plugins tab.
I don't
And
see the fetch.
Okay.
I don't see the fetch command in there though.
shows you
Trick.
how to keybind it.
I don't see the fetch. No, she's talking about the fetch part of it, not the actual keybind for the backpack. All right, so I
Yeah,
don't,
where you
yeah,
can
It's
fetch items.
it's on our website. Let me pull up that link real quick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Num
that
Num already
wasn't
posted
there.
the link. It's in chat.
Oh, did you? Okay. So if you go to that link right there, I know I don't know what the fuck is going on with Cloudflare lately. Our website's been loading slower than like dog shit on a winter day. But when that page loads and you're fucking 96 years old, it has the command right there. Oh, there you go. Yondala. How the hell you say that? Just did it right there. So if you put that command, so you can do any short name in any quantity and obviously any key. And what you do, if you ever need the short name, I'll get you a link. If you ever need the short names, there's a short name to every item in the game. So you just bind and then the key and then backpack.fetch and then a space and then the short name and then a space and then the quantity. And every time you press that key, so if you did Yondala's example, every time he or she presses that key, it's going to take one regular rocket from their backpack into their inventory.
Okay, thank you. I've been wanting to set that up, but no one knew how to do it, so I thought I'll ask.
Yeah, here's the screen. The website loaded for me. Here's the screenshot from our website with more instructions and all that kind of different stuff. And a complete explanation of the fetch command right there. And it's even got some example commands at the bottom. So if you want to, you can even save that screenshot or post it in Discord somewhere for everybody else or something. But I'm telling you, it is the most God mode gameplay ever. Once you learn how to use that command, you're going to be like, I cannot believe I've been this crazy for this long. And every time we get a ticket where someone's like, I lost everything, I literally want to slap the shit out of them and be like, do you realize we made a command so you won't lose everything? Like, so use it. You can, you
Thank
can
you,
actually.
I appreciate it.
It's like finally getting around to loot sorter.
It really is. I don't know if you guys know this, but you can have numerous commands on one keybind. Literally, you can even do toggles and you can do chat messages on keybind. You can do everything. So you can actually you can make a keybind to where it pulls a med pen and then like uses the med pen and like you can do all that on one key. So you can do so many things with these keybinds. I wish it's a bad idea here. Of course not. He's the genius
Make
with
it a
keybind.
brisket.
Yeah. There's actually a page out there from FacePunch that explains all the high tech stuff you can do, like the meta execution and all that stuff with keybinds. Let me Let me see if I can find that little wiki there. So if you go to this page right here, you'd be shocked to know some of the shit you can do with keybind. So if you combine some of that stuff right there that I just linked with that backpack fetch keybind, you can do so much stuff. It's insane. You can have it pull multiple things with one keybind even. I think that's what kind of like what Kenji was talking about, where you can pull your entire damn kit with one keybind if you wanted to. You separate it into multiple parts using that link I just posted there in chat. Yeah, look there, like what Johnny Cake just said. Honestly, and if all else fails, just post in Discord. If some of these experts that do this kind of stuff will gladly jump in and help you guys write some keybinds. Like I've got a keybind for some of my admin shit that's like 7 lines long in my config file. Like it does so many things at once. It's crazy. So yeah, look at that one. Uses a med kit and then fetches a new one. That's perfect. So you guys should really get into that. Good question. Anything else crazy?
No, that was it. I just wanted to figure out how to do that. I'll have Dark help me out with setting it all up.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's what brothers are for, right?
It is. It is.
But
Yep.
Thank you.
Anytime.
Great. Another great question. All right. That's it for the questions.
No, yeah, these obvious things are not obvious for sure. You got to remember, I've been doing this for 7 years now, for 365 days a year. So it's hard to remember like what it was like to not know all this stuff. Anybody else? That's it? No more questions?
All right, T, back to you. That's it.
I don't want the floor back.
Uh-huh.
And you can, oh, by the way, you can bind vault just as a console command. You don't even have to put / if you do a key bind. You can do bind space key space vault. It doesn't even have to have anything else. Oh, you're welcome, Born. All right, so moving on to the prizes. Where you admins going to be?
All right,
I am
for
on the basketball court on 3X.
Legacy, let's go hang out in the bar, have a drink.
The
I can
bar.
go to
That's a good
premium
one.
after Legacy if nobody's able to make it to premium. Antique, that would
Well, it's
be
looks like
just you,
the
I
two of
believe.
us.
And yes,
Oh,
Red.
yeah,
Hordes do drop legendaries. Yes.
All right, I'm gonna deafen real quick. If you guys can hear me and you're on Legacy, please come to the bar. Stand by the bar if you want RP, and go to the other side if you'd like rockets, and we'll go from there. Yep.
And I'm going to be over here on 3X. I'll see y'all there.
I'm just going to not do either. Does anybody need to see the next map? You guys voted for this map, so I'm assuming you know what it contains. I can still switch, I guess. For those that want to see anything. Let's see, where's Rust? There's Rust. Yeah, you guys vote. I'm going to try to do that more often, by the way, unless something crazy is happening. Let Legacy kind of vote for the Force Wipe map, since Legacy gets stuck with that map for the whole wipe. I only think that would be fair to let them kind of pick it.
All right. Anybody else for Legacy? I kind of swarmed through those guys pretty quick.
Wait, what did you just ask me, Nomad? A pay-to-play map? So if you're referring to the see premium guys, this is why I said I wasn't going to mention it out loud. If you're referring to the premium server, I literally had a group of players ask me, "Hey, would you ever be willing to put up a server that's exclusive where you have to pay to get into it?" And I laughed at them. And then they asked me some more about it, and I laughed some more about it because I thought they were kidding. And then they literally came to me with like a proposal, like written up, like, "We'd like to do this and this and that, and we'd be willing to do it." And I'm like, why? And the point being is no trolls, no bullshit, no fighting over content. You want to go do an oil rig, go do a fucking oil rig. You want to go run cargo. You want to do a rig. Everything's there because there's like, 6 fucking people. They literally wanted a low pop server that's gated, so you don't get any trolls, you don't get any fucking cheaters and all this, because who's gonna pay money to access a server just to cheat or troll or be an asshole? You don't get any assholes either, because no one's gonna risk getting banned on something they paid money to get onto. I literally laughed at them. multiple times, honestly. Like I thought they were fucking kidding. And even then I was like, at first I was like, no, because that makes me feel dirty. Like even doing that makes me feel like, ugh, like that's not my style. I don't charge people to play on my servers ever. Like everything we offer is free, always, and always will be. And I'm actually sticking to that because it is free. You can just go play on the free version, which is 3x. But they kept pounding me to do it, and I'm like, you know what, fuck, I'll do it. Even the admin team was like, get the fuck out of here. And I'm like, well, it doesn't hurt me to do it. And literally just copy 3x and paste it into another folder. You know, there you go. Have fun. So I did it. And hey, honestly, this is the first month that it's been up. And I'd be shocked if I even see those people return again next month. But if they do, they do. If they don't, no skin off my back. It didn't cost me a single penny to set it up. It's not taking away from Zombieland at all. They just wanted they just wanted more access to content and to play our content without having to fight over it with other people and deal with drama and people bitching and not fly around the map and have to lag out because all these big ass Chad bases all over the place. And they just wanted to be able to do their own thing without having to deal with all the stupid bullshit.
T, I'm going to interrupt super quick. Real quick. If you are on the premium and you want your prizes, please come to the basketball court. Go ahead, T.
There you go. They did ask for more hordes. I'll be transparent. I don't want to lie and be like, oh, it's exactly the same. They did ask for more hordes, so that doesn't hurt anything. The only reason we have less hordes on the other servers is because I don't want to hear people bitch about dying to hordes all the time. These guys are literally paying to be there and wanting more hordes, so I gave them more hordes. It doesn't take any skin off my back to give them more hordes. And if they want to bitch about dying to hordes, then I can say, hey, you asked for it. And then there's no cooldowns on like Hellies and Bradleys and raid bases, because the only reason cooldowns exist is it's kind of like what we just discussed earlier with the whole, why can't nightmares spawn on wipe day type thing. The only reason cooldowns exist on Hellies, Bradleys, and raid bases, they didn't used to exist. The only reason they exist is because we don't want people hogging all the content and fighting over the content. Like, it's not fair. You've done 5 Bradleys in a row. Trust me, they used to. I promise you. A lot of fighting. So they don't have cooldowns on that stuff on the premium server that way, because there's like 6 fucking people. They want to fight over the content. That's their own business. So that's why I did it. So anyone wondering, there's the explanation. I purposely did not announce it. I purposely don't, post about it like, hey, come join us. None of that shit. As a matter of fact, I spent like 15 minutes the other day trying to talk somebody out of it, because some new player had joined over there and then put a ticket in like, hey, how do I get on the premium server? Because it kicked him off. And I was like, you don't want the premium server. Just go play on the 3X. He's like, no, I want to get on the premium. No, I promise you don't want to get on there. He's like, yeah, well, how much is it? I was like, no, just go play on the premium. Go play on regular 3X. You don't want premium. I'm not trying to sell something. I'm not trying to make any money. They asked for it. I said yes. So that's all it is. And no, I wasn't.
Last call for 3X.
I wasn't taking it as you call me a bad guy. No, man. I wanted to be real clear. You know how touchy I get when someone says anything about pay. Like, I don't know if you guys know this, but it's actually a rule on the admin team. They are not allowed to mention donation stuff ever. If someone asks like, hey, how can I spawn my own minicopter? All they're allowed to say is get veteran from playtime. They're not allowed to mention vet gold, or it's literally forbidden. We're not allowed to sell. We don't sell stuff here. Anyway, whoever asked me, I think it was Born. That's Wraith Island right there. By the way, you're probably looking at it and going, that's bullshit. Look at all the trees. I will have you know, this was a pure jungle. And when I opened the map the other day to do some fixes before the wipe, I was like, ooh, that's all jungle. It was jungle and had that fog. And I removed it for you because I love you and I'm nice. So there you go.
Hey, BizQueen, did you get your stuff yet?
All right. Last call for premium. Last call for legacy. I already left legacy, but I can go back. If anybody's still here in the chat that still needs anything from those 2 servers, please speak up now. Otherwise, I'm not going back.
Ever.
I'm actually quitting the server tomorrow morning at
the
6
fuck
a.m.
you are. I will drive my ass up to your state and fuck you up.
No, you won't.
Oh, I will.
You setting foot in Seattle? Preposterous.
We won't get into that topic, but I'll still come up there to whip your ass. What the fuck? Look at this shit. Oh, that's right. There used to be a thing there that you could stand on. Now it's gone. I wonder if you can still ride it. Well, that's kind of dumb. Good job. Hey, Trigger, you remember the hockey game? Look at this. Oh, yeah. I'm such a dick. Everybody's in chat like, this is why you got no fucking admins. You abuse them. Arctic, what up, dude? Oh, this is the... Oh, I love this. Has anybody ever been here before on this map? Has anybody been watching this? Let me look at my stream. There's a couple people. All right, y'all make sure you pay attention to this sign. Pay real good attention to this sign. Right here too. Warning, if you set foot in this
I love
room,
that sign.
it will be instant death for you. This is not a joke. Do not put a ticket in. Oh, and if anybody wants to watch the camera, there's a camera so you can watch when people are stupid. And right here, no, seriously, you will die and you will not recover your corpse. Go make a sandwich.
One hour later.
And what did we learn today? By the way, there's more
I'm
to
not even
this.
watching the stream, and I know what that is.
Yeah, there's more to this than I'm showing, by the way. Like, you're probably thinking, oh, wow, a couple spike traps, no big deal. I'll just teleport out of there. Okay, yeah. You have fun with that. Let me know how it works out for you. Look how big that is.
I'm clipping that. I'm clipping that.
Oh, that's great. Oh, of course you are. So, you guys have been warned. A lot of signs, a lot of warnings. Don't do it. I don't even know what I'm showing you right now. Some people said they wanted to see the map, so. Oh, I remember working on this one, man. This is back when I used to enjoy working on maps. Getting all these train tracks all perfectly lined up and intertwined together. That was a bitch. And then making it so you can actually drive a train through the fucking monument. Oh, yeah. That was such a bitch. Getting all these wires lined up. Juice? Oh, he's not here. I thought he was working on Bradley's. What the hell is this one doing?
He said
You went
tomorrow
to
morning.
bed.
Oh,
He put in the map channel for tomorrow morning.
Jesus. This one doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. I remember we got to hit the NPC
It's on
profile.
crack.
Yeah, it is. We got to fix the NPC profiles on
Yeah.
this one.
I asked you a couple days ago if you did it, and you never answered me.
No, I
so-
said no.
Oh, did you? I didn't. See
I mean,
it.
at least in my head I did. Did I not
I
type
just
it, or
ignore you.
was it in voice, or?
No, I was in the channel.
I'm pretty sure I
I
said
think it was
no.
in the map channel, or maybe I DM'd you.
Unless I'm just retarded. I don't know. I mean, I am, but isn't this the one where I made that? Yeah, here it is. This was a bitch to make. Too.
Oh, I remember this one. I hated it so bad.
It was a bitch. You could fly up and out of there, but it was a bitch to make this one. Look, I even put a heli vendor down here so you can get your way out. Heli vendor with a titty hanging out.
You're welcome.
This monument was a bitch. Have I tested a parachute in the death pit? No, I actually made that before parachutes existed. But you know what? If you're feeling froggy, go ahead and leap. Netra, you've been around
Yeah,
for a
that parachute ain't gonna
long.
save ya.
You've been around for half a decade, Netra. You should know me better than that. Go ahead and leap.
Yeah, T. Parachute won't do well in that hole because guess what happens when you hit a wall?
It doesn't matter, even if you didn't hit the wall. I got something for that ass. That pit is at the Capitol over there. Right over there off in the distance. Got something for that ass. I remember doing this one too. Damn, it wasn't foggy last time. Facepunch added that new winter fog. It's
Oh, I hate it. That's
I
the
know.
worst.
Oh, I do too, but inside that monument, it works. So. Anyway, I don't know what else to showcase. Oh, I added more oil roost. Anybody who has, well, I guess you guys have played it because you voted for it. So, I added 2 more oil roost, another large and another small. So there's 4 oil rigs now. There's actually a lot of underwater labs on this one too. Probably like what, 5 or something.
Did you push them out? There was 5 on here, yeah.
Yeah, look, I put an oil rig there. I pushed that one out. I put
Nice.
put another oil rig, or I pushed that one out, and then I put another one there too, or push that one out, whichever. But look at that cargo path. I sure fucking hope not. It's like going right through the whole island.
No, it does that. It simulates it.
Yeah. Yeah,
Going into that harbor.
We had a castle siege on this map before too, right here. I think that was one of the first castle sieges, wasn't it? Looks like.
Yeah, that was the OG.
Yeah.
We should block that off and make that admin build spot.
I mean, no, it's not even buildable. I can make it buildable for the white though. It's easy.
No, it's not.
It's literally 1 click to get rid of. So,
Well, I mean,
oh, you can build right there.
We can build there.
Look, the little red ball. What the fuck is that? Yeah, if you put it in the map channel, I'll remove the restriction on that island so people can build there. I don't care. And if you guys get there first, go for it. No, it's not a custom build spot. I don't give a fuck. Hey, have you guys
fly
been,
there right away?
Have you players been using the cameras I put at the heli tower now? I put cameras up here.
I have.
Yeah, they're pan tilt zooms, so you can watch people fight, and I put some inside the shooting floors, so you can watch people in here. I put them all over the place now. You guys been using those? Yeah, I posted about it. Nobody ever fucking reads anything I type. I swear to God, they don't. Oh, you guys want to see the dungeon changes? I meant to showcase that when I was it's Heli 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So Heli 1, Heli 2, Heli 3, Heli 4, Heli 5. It's live right now on the server even. But here's the dungeon changes I was talking about. So I don't want to hear any bitching about loot, by the way. Like, what was happening before was so fucked up and broken, it was ridiculous. So like, this is an easy. Obviously, in an easy, you know, like you're not going to get a bunch of great shit. It's just the way it is. Oop, got to scroll off the first fucking thing. Look at that. In an easy, can't beat that. Why is the scroll icon not working? I need to fix that. Is it like that on the live servers? The scrolls?
They usually load in.
Okay.
No,
Anyway,
it takes a minute to load. Loads in.
Okay. Well, anyway, you can see, look, there's real loot containers now. Look at that. Like, I even got these things in here. All kinds of cool shit in here. And it's random too. Don't be like, well, what? There's going to be 2 fuel things right there. No, that just happened to be a bad dice roll where it picked 2 of the same one. But there's actual real loot containers in here now. Again, this isn't easy, so there's going to be bullshit loot in here. These easy ones are like literally can be done with a fucking wooden bow.
Except the scroll.
Yeah, the scroll is great. It's considering you can do it with a wooden bow. But if I find like a harder tier one, let's see what else we got. It's a medium. The fucking insanes are hard to spot on the map. Why is, oh, you know why? Because the server just wiped. What did I just tell y'all? The dungeons, they don't spawn for a certain amount. See? But now you can see the grayed out thing I was talking about earlier. And if you click one of them, it'll tell you how long until it's available. I can show you in a medium, I guess.
Almost like you intended.
Superior coding skills, man. Where the fuck is it? There it is. Dude, the loot in the dungeons right now is so fucking broken, dude. Oh my. People coming out there with like 1,000 rockets and shit. I can't wait to hear the bitching. People are gonna bitch like, this is bullshit. Yeah, well, get over it. The loot is insane. Like, this is a medium and there's a melee crate already. So it's not bad loot. You know, it's realistic loot for what you're fighting. When you get up into the nightmares and the insanes, like every crate is like a Bradley crate or a heli crate or an elite crate. Like it's good loot. Like anybody bitches about it, they're just spoiled. But unfortunately, I'm just showcasing medium and easy right now, which is pretty much shit loot. Which it should be. Yeah, it was beyond broken. Beyond broken. Oh, look, another scroll. So see, it's not horrible. I'm in a medium right now. It's not that horrible. Oh, and I did fix the auto turrets, Arctic, if you're still in here. So that was a bitch to fix, by the way. Because the way the plugin developer wrote this plugin, now first of all, you are going to find some auto turrets that aren't perfectly facing the right way, and that just can't be helped. And when I explain how I fixed it, you'll understand why. But the plugin developer that wrote this shit, when he places auto turrets, he just said, pick a random number between 0 and 360, and that's the facing of the auto turret. Like, that's literally how he fucking coded it. So, as you guys know, these dungeons are procedurally generated, right? So what I did was I coded it like with the auto turrets. I basically said, if you're, what it does now when it goes to spawn an auto turret, it looks at the foundation and then it looks to see if any foundations are attached to it. If it has 3 foundations attached to it and one side where no foundations is attached to it, then it knows which side the wall is, right? Because there's no foundation on the other side of that wall, right? There never will be. The walls always don't have a foundation on the other side. So then I tell the turret, face the direction that doesn't have, opposite direction of where there's no foundation attached to it. That's how I make that turret face the right direction. For the corner one, it's kind of similar. A corner turret, if I can find one in here, there's one. Well, that's not a corner one, but if it was right here in the corner, same kind of concept. You have a foundation there attached, you have a foundation there attached, no foundation here, no foundation here. So what I do in that scenario is, if there's only 2 foundations attached, then I know you're in a corner, and I want you to face diagonal in between the 2 no foundations, if that makes sense. So that's how I did it. So it's real, as you can see, it's working really good now. Like everything is facing away from walls, nothing's pointing at a wall. Every now and then you will get a weird one, like this one is in the middle of a room. So there's really no way to tell it which way to face. Like foundation, 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 foundation. So in that scenario, I just said face towards the dungeon entrance. Yeah, sometimes that could be the wrong way and it's not going to be good, but whatever. It's better than nothing, right? It's better than just randomly facing any direction. And that's how I fixed it. So again, you'll find every now and then a weird one, but for the most part, as you can see, they're facing the correct directions now. And that was a bitch to code. I mean a bitch. Because I wanted to code it with performance. Like, there would have been an easy way to perform it. I could have just said, hey, when you go to spawn a turret, I want you to scan for entities in every direction and then find where the walls are and don't point that way. But that would kill the servers. So I had to find a way to code this where it has no impact on the server. There's a corner one right there. Look at that. Nice and diagonal away from the corner. Look at that. Oh, so fucking, my proudest moment, man. I was up till 11:30 last night coding that. Yeah, I was pretty excited when it worked. Tracking lead. These dungeons, sorry, I interrupted you. What's up?
I was saying it's crooked.
What's crooked? You're fucking crooked.
The turret is
Antique's
crooked.
head.
You're crooked. If the dungeons stick around, I do have things I want to do for them. I'll do some quests for them. I'll do like some, I'll even put them in stats. How many dungeons you've completed, stuff like that. I want to give it a month or so because, like, I like for instance, like if Force Wipe comes around with this new, using the native loot now instead of the broken loot, and like everybody starts bitching about the loot and this fucking bullshit, then I'm just deleting the fucking plugin. So like I'm not gonna waste my time adding a bunch of cool shit to it until I know it's gonna stick around first. And not to be a pessimist, I'm in a really bad mood today, but I don't trust that players aren't gonna fucking bitch. So let's give it some time. And if it sticks around, I'll add stats and I'll add quests and all that kind of shit to it. No, I don't. I mean, every now and then I'll throw. This person asked me if I use AI for this stuff. Every now and then I'll like jump on an AI model to get like just like grunt work done. Like let me think of a good example. The problem is if you use AI to create with code, it fucks everything up. It just has no fucking clue. Like I literally in the past should have probably been banned from some AIs because I cuss them out. I'm like, you stupid motherfucker. Like it just gets everything wrong. I definitely have gone to it for like math before. Like if I have to calculate some trajectories or something like that, I'll use it for that. If I have to do like what I call monkey work, where I'm like, okay, I want to rearrange the config to put all these options down at the bottom and I want these to be at the top of the file. And I don't feel like just typing a whole fucking method to rearrange the config. I'll let AI do something like that. Even then it fucks it up half the time and I got to go back and fix it. Just weird little shit like that I'll use. But in general, no. I'll also, every now and then, I'll let it do like a scan for me just to see if it notices anything that I didn't notice. Like, hey, you forgot to release this list, back to the pool. That's a memory leak, stuff like that. I'll let it do like a quick scan and point things out that it notices. And again, half the time it's fucking wrong or doesn't know what the fuck it's talking about. But every now and then it'll point something and I'm like, oh shit, you're right. I do need to free up that memory. So, stuff like that. But as far as like, yeah, exactly. Like I like using cursors. It's one of my favorite ones. But as for like creating it, no, it gets things so wrong. Honestly, I think a lot of these plugin developers do, and that's why their performance in their code is so terrible. Like, yeah, if you haven't cussed one out for sure. Like this dungeon plugin, where did I post that? Didn't I post that somewhere like in the update log? The description of what it was doing, the original plugin. Oh my God. It was like scanning every single entity on the entire server. We're talking 250,000 for every single tick. Like every tick, the server ticks 60 times per second. So 60 times per second, your server's fucking scanning 250,000 fucking items just to find out if it's in a dungeon or not. Like that, I don't even know how a server can boot with that plugin running. Jetpack plugin was even worse. The Jetpack plugin, I don't even know how that plugin is allowed anywhere. It literally is a server killer. Oh, it was in the premium channel? So yeah, I think a lot of these plugin developers are using AI because their plugins are so fucking unoptimized and inefficient. It's ridiculous. Premium channel's not premium only. You can literally just, oh no, I didn't put a reaction roll up for that one, did I? Damn, that true. Okay, you know what? There it is. We have our first ever in 7 years, our first feature that is only available to someone that pays that one channel. That's it. That's the first time we've ever had a feature that you cannot access unless you pay money for it.
Clipped.
That's because I forgot to add the little thing where you click in the server info channel where you can click the button I forgot to add that for that. You know what's funny though? You know why I didn't think about adding it is I didn't want people to think, oh, he's trying to advertise a premium server. Like I'm really embarrassed about opening that server up. So I purposely, I didn't include it anywhere. I don't even think I put it in server info, did I? Let me go look now. I gotta go look. I'm pretty sure I didn't because no, look, it's not even in server info. You can't even get the fucking IP. Yeah, that should prove to you guys that I really am not all about that kind of stuff. Yeah, I know you guys do, but who is this? Who the fuck? Puddin', what are you doing? I see you. Yeah, I see your ass.
Puddin's probably our longest actual map tester that I've seen while I've been here.
Oh, for sure, and probably the only
active current map tester.
Probably the only fucking map tester too. And map testing, you know what? It's just like the admin speech I gave. Map testing has never been easier than it is right now, ever. You remember the old days of map testing? Oh my God, you had to check every fucking pebble, every fucking blade of grass. Nowadays, it's easy as piss. You just go run a couple monuments and you're done.
Don't touch my monuments.
Yeah, we even shortened the list on them to do it.
Yep. Hey, weren't you running the monuments today, Nint?
Yeah.
How'd they go?
I mean,
wow.
Do you have any
Calling
concerns
them out
of
like
me?
that.
Do you have any concerns of me not getting them done?
I mean, the same concerns I have of my monument's not fucking working. Nope, I'm good. Oh,
Okay, I was about to get like hurt, and then.
Do you remember when town was? Did anybody play this map long ago? So this void right here, like right here, this void right here, this used to be town. See, some of y'all haven't been around long enough to know. Back in the old days, I used to make a different town on every fucking map, dude. It was crazy. So this whole void under this mountain right here was town. It was this big ass fucking.
I remember the underground town.
Yeah, and well, there's two train tracks. The two train tracks ran through the middle of it, and it had like all them just. There was like caged animals upstairs and all kinds of weird shit. And then
the Airwolf vendor was like above the cave, and everybody was
the
like
Airwolf
lost
vendor was
trying
right
to find
outside.
the Airwolf.
Look, Airwolf vendor was right outside the fucking. Look right here. Remember, you climb up that little ladder up to here, and there was like a platform for the Airwolf vendor up here.
I was gonna say something happened, and we ended up put a fucking ladder on the side of the fucking mountain there.
Yep. And this was all town under here. There was a big ass fucking town down here with tracks going right through it. God damn it. Sorry, my
Jesus
wife doesn't
man,
understand.
You
I
gotta
love the
change your
towns that
ringtone.
we
That
have
makes me
now,
think I
but-
gotta get up for work.
Every time it
I
rings,
love the towns that we have now
I
too.
look at my
But
phone.
the custom towns are so much
So-
fun.
So then, with the problem though with that town though, when I first made that town, the problem is you could go right into a red monument from town, right? Because of this. So then somebody was in the stream with me when I was working on this, and they're like, "You should make a tunnel." So I made this fucking like glass tube right here, so you could like. Well, at first it was just gonna be a tunnel, and they're like, "Yeah, but what if somebody wants to watch somebody fight?"
I
I'm
was
like,
there with you.
"Was it you?" I was like, I think
platform,
Nola was too.
yes.
So we made a glass tunnel so you could watch people run this monument safely without getting shot. And
Yeah.
we even made a little observation fucking thing. You can climb these vines to get up in this little observation room up here to watch people run this monument. Like, we used to have so much fun with maps, and then Face Punch fucked it all up, and now I hate maps. Oh, that was fun times right there.
Make maps great again.
Right. Yeah, make Face Punch not stupid again. Good luck with that, right? Anyway,
Here's a stupid random question. Is it just me, or am I the only one that put the Zombieland song on my Spotify playlist?
dude, yeah, if you don't have the Zombieland song saved on like Spotify, YouTube Music, Apple, iTunes, whatever, like the Zombieland song is fucking dope. I'm not even gonna lie. Like even my wife jams out to that shit, and she hates Zombieland.
Check that shit out. Oh, my wife loves it too. She was rocking on the other day in the
Yeah.
car.
The song is fucking dope, man. The Wraith song is fucking dope too. Shout out to Kenji for that shit. That the fucking Wraith song is dope. The Zombieland song is dope. Like if you guys aren't jamming to that shit, man, fucking hit it up. The song is fucking dope. Yeah, I literally jam out to it all the time. Good shit. Especially when you play here, because you'll hear
Dang.
stuff in the
I
song
was
and you'll
just
be like,
playing I was just playing on YouTube.
yeah, you'll hear stuff. And you're like, yeah, I do that. Like, fuck yeah. Fucking love that shit. Talking about like fucking coming down the hill with a chainsaw and the other one has a pitchfork and shit. Like, it's like, yeah, I know exactly what's going on. That horde's about to fuck my shit up. It's good stuff. I don't know why we're still in here. The meeting is like long over.
Yeah, meeting's over, but
Yeah,
I do like your
now we're
town though. Your
shit.
prefab town. I mean, it
okay.
saves it
Oh, yeah.
saves a lot of time for you.
It's just fucking easy. Yeah. I guarantee you somebody's going to build on this motherfucking nipple.
Wait, didn't that?
Nint.
Yeah, I do things like that. That's
No,
for sure.
oh wait, Trigger. No, you don't know the whole story, Trigger. See, we're in voice with Nint when the wipe starts. You're not. And we heard Nint this time say, I'm going to build on this little fucking dot of land out in the middle of the ocean just to piss Trigger off. So
Oh, I love it.
just narking him. Like, here's another one for you, Nint.
No,
Yeah, I know. I'm usually
Oh,
in
sorry,
voice, but I
got
can't
an
talk,
ad.
which is what he trolls me with.
Oh, yeah.
the Trigger always knows that I'm going to, well, be me.
Build some fuckery.
Yeah, people love building on the
Hey,
dick.
listen, I haven't built some fuckery in a while. First off, but I'm known to build some fuckery, and I'm known to kill people a lot. That's what I'm known for, and being reliable. Okay.
I need to make
Okay.
this one into a dick. We gotta
Jesus,
have a
things I
penis
can
on every
say.
map. It's just a thing. It's just a thing, man.
I remember. I think one of the other maps in the catalog that are still backdated has a way up north is a very small penis island, and
And it has
there's
a
a
Chappie
sign
sign
on
on
it. I think it's the Chappie sign, and
Yeah.
it says, "Well, what did you expect?" Or
You know, it says something like "Don't judge me, it's
Yeah.
cold
No,
out" or
it's,
something like that.
Exactly that. Exactly that. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
What in the
I don't know,
ugly ass
is that
cliff
map
fuck
ticket
shit is this?
Somebody saying, "Did you know there's a mountain that looks like a penis?"
Hey, Puddin, how did you let this fly?
Listen,
You're the expert map tester. You gonna let this ugly ass cliff fly? Come on, Puddin. Look at that shit. That is what the
Wait.
fuck in the Minecraft is this? Who made this map? Jesus Christ, that's ugly. We need some rocks there.
Get
Looks
a
like-
pudding.
That looks like dog shit. Fucking amateur ass map maker. Jesus. Oh, you
Well,
tell Mountain just was
Yeah,
working
believe
on
it or not, we
Bradley's.
used
Look
to
how
get
slow it's going.
tickets about that.
that's a Ring Road one, isn't it?
Somebody put in a ticket. Do you know there's a penis on there?
Oh, that's funny. No, it's not a ring road one. Look at the health. 2K.
Oh, but also this is Armageddon, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
Armageddon
think it's
doesn't
the
have
wrong
a Ring
map file
Road.
myself.
Oh, I don't know. Who is. Oh, because Puddin is like. what's that hot ass chick with the blue and red? Fuck. Come on, Margot Robbie was playing her. Yeah, Harley. Yeah, dude. Oh, Margot Robbie is fucking Harley Quinn is good shit.
Fuck yeah.
Okay,
Good
but
shit.
Oh, yeah,
I don't know.
never
I don't know if I'd pick them over like Olivia Wilde.
Oh no, of course
personally.
not. But I'm just saying, like that's the day I realized, okay, I may have a fetish here. Like, yeah, she was fucking rocking that shit for sure. Ooh, that's a good custom build.
I honestly, it might be a hot take, but I kind of liked Jared Leto's Joker.
Oh yeah, he wasn't bad.
I didn't like the newer Joker one. I understand. I know. I'm sorry, Kenjiro. I'm sorry, but I didn't mind it. Granted, okay, did it beat? What was his name? Oh, I'm gonna be so upset. The Joker before? No, it did not beat him. Nobody could beat him.
Oh, you talking about Jack Nicholson?
It did not beat Heath Ledger. No,
Oh, Heath Ledger was a good one
Ledger.
too. Jack Nicholson was like the original one though.
Jack Nicholson. Oh
Heath
my
Led-
god.
Yeah. Heath Ledger was probably my favorite Joker. I didn't dislike Jared Leto's Joker. I didn't like the newer Joker though. I don't know why I didn't like that. I know everyone else did, but I was really bored through that whole movie.
Dude, who
Very
freaking peed in this
bored.
water?
Now,
That's a little urine-y.
Is this like toxic? Let me turn off God mode.
it's one of the ones
I
we
bet it
tried to
is.
make toxic, but I don't think you could, so you just made it cosmetically toxic.
It's definitely
We
cosmetically
tried
toxic.
like a ton of different times. Yeah, I think we tried a ton of times to make it actually
What's
toxic.
your that's what your pee
it
looks like
just
when you eat a whole
didn't work.
bottle of Flintstone vitamins. Come on,
Sounds
Rust.
like your
Ren.
experience talking.
Oh, I mean, dude, tell me you didn't just cram Flintstone vitamins as a kid. Those things were fucking great, dude. Like Pez.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, server meeting is over, and that phone call was my wife twice. And when I get to tell her, hey, I didn't answer because of Zombieland stuff, and yeah, the servers are gonna probably get deleted tomorrow. So I probably should call
Yeah,
her
good
back and go ahead and cut the meeting here. Thank you all for showing up. We love every one of you, all 22 that showed up. Anyway,
There was like 45.
no, I know. I'm
50.
just talking shit. I'm in a really bad mood, so I'm being pessimistic. Anyway, this force wipe hopefully will not be as bad as the last one. Knock on some wood. So we'll see y'all Thursday. Hey, everybody that had those ideas, don't forget to put them in suggestions. I literally already forgot the ideas. So put them in. And I'm closing this out now. Goodbye.
Later, dudes.
See you on server.